Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am so excited you're here. My name is Millie, your manifestation bestie. And today I want to share with you how limiting beliefs are formed. And limiting beliefs are formed from the minute you are able to consciously process your 3D environment. Okay. So, for example, when you were a little kid, and let's say you had a piece of cake or a piece of candy and you got a stomach ache, and your mom told you that's what happens when you eat too much sugar. You now have a belief that if you eat too much sugar, you're going to get a stomach ache. Yes, it's that simple and that fast to create a belief in your mind. Okay. And so this is how beliefs are formed. And they happen throughout your entire life. They happened through programming from the TV, social programming with your friends, things that you're taught at school. Anything and everything that creates a new belief in your mind is a programming. And because it's a programming, you can easily reprogram it. Okay. So, watching this video, I want you guys to ask yourselves what you currently believe to be true about the reason why you don't have your manifestation right now in your 3D environment. For example, if you're trying to manifest money, yes, even if it's a specific amount of money, you probably have a belief in your physical body that tells you that perhaps it's too difficult to have this money. You don't deserve this money. Money is hard to get. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work really hard for your money, whatever that belief is. So when you ask yourself this question as to why you don't currently have this specific amount of money in your 3D, lean towards the first thought that pops into your mind. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. Just ask yourself the question, gee, why don't I have my money right now? Why am I not having this experience in 3D right now? And go with that first thought. Same thing if you're trying to manifest an SP. Why is my SP not with me right now? Why is the reason we're not together right now? And whatever answer comes up for you, that is the answer that I want you guys to write down. And later on, we will figure out how to delete that from your belief system, okay? Because what happens is that first thought, that first idea, that first reason, that first excuse that pops into your mind, that is what's holding you back. That little belief that is in your head. And so now, because you expect that to be the reason why you don't have your manifestation, your body, your nervous system is going to react to that, okay? And so when your nervous system is frantic and is not calm and is not at peace, right? It's going to be really difficult for you to align to your desired reality. This is why when we are going through a breakup or we are experiencing our SP coming back into our life. Let's say you and your partner broke up, and then suddenly your partner calls you and you're frantic. You're like, oh my God, he's calling or she's calling me right now. That means your nervous system is not prepared. Your nervous system is not in alignment with your manifestation. And that's why we end up feeling all these frantic emotions within our physical body. And the same thing happens with money. When you're trying to manifest money, if you don't really truly believe that you deserve it, or that it's on its way to you, or that you can create whatever you desire, when money is making its way to you, you're going to have that same feeling in your nervous system. So those limiting beliefs that you currently have in your system is what's holding you back from your potential. So today we're going to do a 5-step process on changing your limiting belief, okay? And step 1 is to identify that limiting belief, which is the question that I asked you guys, right? Why don't I have my manifestation right now? And so write that down for yourselves, okay? Make a list of everything that comes up as to why you don't currently have your manifestation in 3D. It doesn't matter the reason, okay? Step 2 is to identify an alternative belief, right? So let's say you have a belief, for example, with your specific person. Oh, my specific person is not with me right now because it's a third party. So then you would create a belief with the opposite, right? So for example, what if I believe the opposite? What if I believe there is no third party? Then what? Then how would I feel about that? What if I believed really truly that my SP really misses me? How would that then make me feel? How would my body react to that? Right? So you want to choose a new belief to counteract the limiting belief. Okay? So we're going to go with that. And that's what I want you to write for step number 2. For step number 3, this is going to be really interesting, is to unstick the emotional super glue. So a lot of the times what happens with our manifestations and why we're blocked and it's not showing up in 3D is because we have attached this emotion, this huge, big quantum emotion to our limiting belief or to our desire, right? So we're like, oh my God, if I only had X amount of money right now, my life would be a certain way. If my ex and I were together again, I would not do this or that, right? We end up creating this bartering with our emotions, and that creates more blocks for our manifestations because we're emotionally attached to the limiting belief, which then emotionally attaches us to not having it, okay? So you want to make sure that you unstick the emotion that is not helping you, okay? So look at your list for number 2 and your list for number 1 and ask yourself, what is the negative emotion attached to this belief, right? Write down everything that is attached to that limiting belief from the emotion perspective, okay? So what you want to do, let's say for example, if you are trying to manifest your SP and you're like, well, my SP is not coming back to me because there's a third party. Well, how do you feel about that? Because ultimately you created your 3D experience. So you created this separation, you created this third party. And I have videos on that if you guys want to watch that. And so you would say, well, I feel like crap because, third party is not smarter than me or prettier than me. You may believe the opposite. You may believe this third party is better than you, is prettier than you, is smarter than you, is getting a better version of your SP. Write all that down. That is all attached to emotion. So if you notice, all those limiting beliefs that I just said are connected to self-worth, your self-concept. So writing the emotions down, getting clear on the emotions that you're feeling of not having your manifestation is going to help you understand what you have to work on with yourself, because you cannot change the external world. You have to shift yourself, your beliefs, your self-concept, your emotions, your actions, okay, in order to align yourself into a different vibrational frequency where your manifestation is, okay? Step 4 is creating doubt by reframing your evidence. So look, you believe what you believe because of the evidence that's been around you, right? So for example, with the SP example, you believe that someone out there was better, that they were seeing someone else, that they weren't being faithful, and that's what showed up for you in 3D. So now there's evidence that you created in the form of a third party, right? But what if the evidence was wrong? What if the evidence was incomplete? What if you just weren't seeing it clearly? Yes, you can manifest anything you desire. So how can you create and shift a new belief for this? That would make you truly believe that, hey, that didn't happen. So what? Maybe they were with someone else for a few days or a few weeks, but no one compares to me, right? So for each piece of evidence, for example, the evidence of my proof of 3D is that there is a third party. That's your evidence, right? There's a third party. How would you rewrite that to make it untrue? There is a third party, but there was a third party. They're not there anymore. There is a third party, but they don't compare to me. There is a third party, but no matter who my SP is with, they're always thinking about me and missing me. No one compares to me. Do you see, feel, hear the shift And that affirmation and that statement, that completely changes your current evidence from there's a third party to doesn't matter what shows up in 3D, I am the chosen one, okay? So what I want you to do is go through that list for step number 4 and ask yourself, could this be true? How can I shift this into something else? I know this might be a little difficult if you've never done this step before, but trust me, it is a great step to really rewiring your mind, especially if you have a difficult time believing that you can shift your 3D reality, right? So for example, if you're trying to manifest $1,000, if you've never even had $1,000 in your bank account, it's going to be quite difficult for you to believe that you're able to manifest $1,000. So you would then write a list of how can you make this believable? Okay, well, how can I create $1,000 in my bank account right now? Is there something that I have in 3D that I don't need anymore that I can sell? Is there a part-time job that I can take? Anything like that that comes up. Because what you want to do, you guys got to understand that you're still living in a physical world. There are things here that you still have to do physically to align yourself spiritually to your desires. So there are opportunities for you in the physical world to create the energetic pathway, the path for the energy of the manifestation to show up in your 3D. And you do that by taking those aligned actions, which we talked about in the beginning. And so whatever you're trying to manifest, ask yourself, how can I in 3D create that for myself? Now, this is completely different if you're trying to manifest your specific person, because never, ever, ever, when you're trying to manifest someone into your life, regardless of what that is, even if you're trying to manifest an apology, you don't ask the person, hey, I need to hear an apology from you, because you created that, right? So it's two separate different things. If you're trying to manifest your SP back, you have to look within yourself, right? You have to say, I am deserving of my SP. I am deserving of love. I am deserving of $1,000. I am worthy of $1,000. It's so easy for me to create the opportunity to connect with my SP. It's my divine right to receive my manifestation. I am worthy of receiving $1,000. It's so easy for me to create the opportunities to manifest $1,000, right? So this is the mindset. These are the affirmations. This is how you rework that, right? And that's how you get into believing that your manifestation is on its way, right? So step number 5 is finding evidence to support your new belief, right? So now that you've did all these things, and that's going to take you a good 10-15 minutes, you want to flip it around and build supporting evidence to solidify your new belief. So you look back at your desired belief. Make a list of everything you can think of that supports this new belief, which is what I just talked to you about, right? You want to manifest $1,000. Well, what in my 3D can support this? Well, I can, sell some of my clothes. I can barter. I can take a part-time job, whatever it is, right? You can make a list of those opportunities, okay? If you're trying to use this technique to manifest an SP, this is the easiest way to do this. Is how do you find evidence to support this? Well, my SP and I broke up because of my nagging. Well, then how can you vibrate higher? How can you vibrate on the frequency of you being enough? No one comparing to you, right? Because that's what you want to do. You want to vibrate on such a higher frequency of self-love that the universe has no option but to surround you with people who love you, who support you, who value you, who respect you. Guys, I've manifested my ex back so many times. And so trust me when I say this is totally possible. So you need to look within first, okay? Why are you blocking yourself right now from manifesting money? Why are you blocking yourself right now from manifesting your SP? Why are you blocking yourself right now from getting that promotion or for being happy? Underlining emotions are the most important thing when it comes to manifesting. And doing this exercise is going to help you understanding why you don't feel like you deserve it. Because when you really truly feel that you deserve it, you deserve everything you desire, that's when your manifestations start really flowing in your 3D like magic. All right, guys, see you in the next video.